What's going on, guys? Kids here. Welcome back to a blazing staff weapon guide. Basically it's a fire staff from the new artifact ones, and I just came up one day. A friend gave me this staff and I just wanted to give a weapon guide, PvP guide, basically for GVGs and ZVZs in general. So I'll just let you know all the tips and tricks for this weapon to use. So here is for this review or weapon guide. I have only one from all weapon pieces, only one thing, because in my opinion, if you want to spend and use really high tier weapons that are really expensive, in my opinion, either way, use the best thing that you can to not lose it and to have the most advantage over other teams and to utilize it, or just don't use it. So first thing is Druid Cal. We go with Druid Cal because we are really mana hungry and we really want that mana. So we go, in my case, with Druid Cal, and then we go with Aggression. Basically I'll just demonstrate right now. You just use this mana circle. Everyone who's standing it, your teammates are getting 16 mana per second as well. And basically you can help out your team as well yourself having that low mana. The second thing is Druid Robe. We go with Obsessive Burst. So basically that increases your damage and heal power by 8% for 10 seconds. So the main thing what we do, we use this ability, and then we start queuing up our Qs on a random target whenever we get to full stack. So that is 8. We use our abilities, that is this Ignite, as well our Flame Tornado, and that's what is known for. And of course we go with Aggression, so our damage increased by 8%. The third thing is Royal Shoes. We go with a jump, in my opinion, like I have said in all my videos. Go with this jump. You will not regret it. It's a bit more expensive, but does the work really good. Then, basically for the consumables, we go with Omelette to reduce our cooldowns and the cast speed, because we want to just cast our spells as fast as possible and with lower cooldown as possible. Then for consumables, we go either way for Energy Potion if you don't use Druid Cal, or for example use an Ice Block, or whatever defensive you would like for Fire Staff user. I would go for like Ice Block. It's decent in my opinion. If you play it right, you don't need as many defensives, but of course, if you feel like you're too mana hungry, even with Druid Cal, or if you don't have Druid Cal, 100% go with Energy Potion. If you have Druid Cal and if you are good with it, then stick with Poison Potion to just give that a bit more damage from you to your enemies. Blazing Staff. The first thing is we just go with the first Q. It's basically a fireball dealing damage and can stack up to 5 times. As well, that's the main source on what we are using whenever we have our Obsessive Burst popped. So we do fireballs and queue up the lowest targets and the closest targets to ourselves as a caster. Then either way we have a Ignite or we have a Firewall, or it's called Wall of Flames. Basically, whenever you pop it, enemies will either way need to use defensive to go on you, or they will be stuck in that wall for around 2 or 3 seconds. And in that time, they as well are getting damaged every second. Then the third thing is Flame Tornado. So it basically creates a Flame Tornado rampaging over the ground for 5 seconds. And every enemy within 5 meters of its center will take 215 magical damage every 0.5 seconds. So that means it basically can do 20 times 200. In my opinion, that's really huge. And after the area, the burn damage will continue for 3 more ticks. So that's, in my opinion, really huge damage. I'll show you how it works as well. And then either way we go with the burn. That's the first ability if you haven't leveled anything else. So basically normal attack sets the enemy on fire, or we go with the, basically in my opinion the most required thing is Aggressive Caster, that every 4 activated spells you gain a attack speed buff for 40% for 3 seconds. In my opinion, that's the best and most requirable thing for you to start doing PvP, because for basically the 4 spells you pop, the 4th will give you a speed boost that you will be able to basically cast your spell 2 times, and if your cast time is 1 second, it will reduce to 0.5, and in those 0.5 you can basically cast 2 spells that you would usually do as 1, and you can get your 4 activated spells again, almost not losing your buff if you stand in one place and queue up as well, of course, when we use our burst. So now I'll show you basically the tips and stuff for using it. So the main thing is, whenever we see a player and you want to kill him, we use our chest piece, so that is air, then we start queuing up. For example, if there would be a target, we would start queuing up, and here would be queuing up stack. So whenever we would get 8, that's basically means full. We would pop our W, that basically is a ignite that deals damage, and right away we would use either way on a choke, or in really huge, in a really good place where there's a lot of enemies clumped up, we would use RE, and here you can see it is a huge tornado, basically doing damage a lot, and after even it is ended, it still does 3 more ticks. Basically, it's huge damage for fame farms, it's the best thing ever, as well for PvP in my opinion. It's really good for ZVZs especially. So yeah, that was basically the build guide, and here as well is the mana. Everyone gets mana, and you all should jump for getting closer to your teammates or getting away, or just basically using a defensive. So basically that's that. I really appreciate everyone for watching. I hope you enjoy. Click like if this was helpful. Let me know in comment section down below for future videos. And see you guys in the next video. Peace.